Hello, this is Nate with In the Mix Light and Sound. Welcome back to another gig log. And today we are coming from the first of the Muhlenberg Summer Concert Series. We're here at the park that we work at a lot, where we do our bigger festivals. And you can see the famous trailer stage behind us. We are under the nice white tent for shelter. And we should have a very nice night tonight. It is overcast, but rain has pushed off until overnight. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out. We have just one band running about a 2.5 hour show from 6 p.m. to about 8:30. And with that, stay tuned. All right, we've got the trailer unloaded, and now we're going to start putting Humpty together. All right, since you guys like the POV videos, we're going to go ahead and get started on that. So you're going to probably hear me huffing and puffing a lot. I am doing a bit of a experiment here. I want to see how long it takes me to set up a bigger IG system, just ground stacked by myself. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down some plywood here to even things out for the subs to sit on. I'm going to set that down, something like that. At least we have, we're just under the tent lip here, but we have a little bit of even ground that we can work with. And then we'll put our little fatigue mats on top just to help there. And first thing we got to do is we got to find which one of these guys has the pole socket. And that'll be important because these brackets that these ground stack on are they need to have an M20 mount for the bracket to work correctly. So here's our M20 mount. We're going to put this guy on the outside. We'll put the other sub on the inside. And then what I'm going to do is ratchet strap the subs together to give it a good base platform here. So in one of our road cases here we have our, well, you might remember the clock there from other videos, and of course we have our 12 channel whirlwind, but here we go. So we've got our platform, and then we have the rest of the IG flyware in here just to keep things easy. So we're going to need that and 2 of these. Yep, our stringers, 2 of these. We are not going to need the fly bars, but I do like using this contact paper here just to kind of put under, give it a little bit. The M20 fastens down, but there's still sometimes a little bit of play in it. So I always keep these little nubs in the drawer there because they come in handy for other things other than just the IGs themselves. So we're going to put contact paper on, and then we're going to screw this puppy down as tight as we can get it. Now these twist open and lock, so in theory you can sit the first IG. And I've already made my first mistake. You'll notice that the Y is out here. Ha! I put it on backwards. So let's take this guy out, spin her around. See, it's been a little bit since I've used these ground stack rigs. There we go. Now we got it. All right. And now what I'll do So I'll use this platform here as a base. And the first thing I need to find is one with a pull cup. So, honestly, we could use it either way. So set it down, pull the cover, and now take this guy and set him on the pole mount. He sits down, we unlock our pegs, give it a little bit of a shake here. See where, they got an extra magnet. So as we put these together. All right, next fatal flaw. We are not gonna be able to ground stack these guys here. We need to move out from behind the tent. Yep, that totally is not gonna work. So I'm glad I looked. Looks like we have more of a slope here, unfortunately. So yeah, gonna have to take that off, move everything forward. At least I didn't get too far here in the process, but that is definitely gonna set me back some time. So pull, unlock, and then the hardest part is always lifting this off, because you got to get it off that little nub. I'll set you here, keep you on, but let's pull this down and move it forward so we're out of the tent area here. And that should be far enough forward. So there's always a funny joke I say about that. You know, it's not done right unless it's done twice. So here we go. You get to see everything, mistakes and all. This is practice for another event I have in 2 days where I'll be setting this up and stacking these guys. All right, here we go. Oh, let's lock them. All right, those are opened already. Under pole, and voila. And we're on. And we're in. We're now locked to the subs. Now to get the other one up. This is the tricky part. This is where, probably a step stool comes in handy, which if I need one, I have something I can use here. But what we're gonna do is take this and lift it on top, and you can see I can just barely touch the top of that. So it's a fun little piece of work. So we're going to take our protector off. We got this unzipped, and basically same idea here. Set this down on our rubber to avoid scratches. And now this just flips upside down on top of that guy. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go up, and I'm going to go to this side. Now, luckily, these guys only weigh about 40 pounds or so. So we can get them up. And there we are, stacked up. And let's get our plates in to lock it. Done. Done. So, it doesn't take too long to stack these guys when you're on it. So, we keep these in order, the JBL facing out. And again, this is just gonna provide some ballast here, so we're going to ratchet these subs together. All right, so we're going to go grab our ratchets, Just got some new ones out of the box. And if we can get these stacked in like 15 minutes, I think that's pretty good. Still not as fast or as efficient as a, just throwing one speaker on a pole. But if there is a crowd tonight, the X40s do a pretty good job in this field. They really do. But sometimes I just want the extra oomph of the IGs and what they can give. So let's look. I bet you this strap is not long enough to fit around. Which, if that's the case, we have another option. Just gonna have to go get it. Let's do it this way. You go there. You go here. See, and this is why we're experimenting now while I have a little bit of time. And I think it's going to be just a tiny bit too short. Trying to get these hooked one-handed. Let's see. Yep. Damn. All right. Take two with ratchet straps. So these are going to actually come in handy for another purpose down the road. So I'm not too upset if these don't fit this purpose. I don't anticipate this is going to be a type of stack that I'm going to be doing very often. Now, I got to do this extra work to grab these other ratchets, which are much longer. Maybe not that one. Yeah, so we're going to have to dig through the other bucket as well. Which, again, is another time suck. The band is going to be here in about a half hour. Now, the good part is, this band is a three-piece. It's not going to take a lot to get them up and running. Here we go. Let's get out what we need. Not you. Not you. But you. Alright. So these guys should be long enough to reach. Put Humpty back together again here. Maybe I'll do a real-time countdown on this. I should have started a stopwatch just to see, mistakes and all, how long it takes me to rig this solo. Alright. Ratchet strap, ratchet strap. Oh, and now I'm sweating big time. Alright. So, put these guys together. Set it right there. There we go. So now, we're good on the fit. My slack here. All right, that's a good base. All right, same thing on this side. Oh, wipe the sweat first. All right, let's grab a board and throw this one out. All right, and this guy first. Line them up, and there we go. All right, one down. Grab our other fly bar here. Oh, now another mistake we made is we should have put our daisy chain stuff in here first. So I'm gonna violate a clicker rule here and take a road case and stand on top to get this wired. There's one and two. Real quick. Dang it. Is this one missing a magnet? Yeah, this is the one missing the magnet. Bruh. Against losing more time. So means when you're doing this kind of stuff, it sucks up a decent amount of time. Especially be different if I was more fluent here, but unfortunately it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm making a couple of mistakes when I'm trying to rush through. But if I can get these guys on in the next 10 minutes or so, we should be sitting pretty good. Little extra time for setup, but again, it'll be worth it utilizing these IGs. Really like these guys. And again, we won't put it on backwards this time. All right, there, that's open. Let's get our first one here unzipped. And okay. Get this up and over. Find the hole. There we go. Lock the pins in. There we go. All locked in. Spin this around. There we go. Next IG coming up. Let's stage our brackets, and let's get our cables on here so we don't have to do anything silly again. All right, so it's upside down like we want it to be. Get in our power cable here, And we'll get in our XLR signal and we'll get her on up. Take protectors off. Sorry about that with the camera. And there we are. Bracket 1. And bracket 2. Done. All right, get the next sub up, get them ratchet strapped. And we are good. Looks like the first of the band is here. So they weren't kidding. 4:30. How's it going?
Man, how are you?
All right, not bad.
I'm Shane.
I'm Nate. I think I work with you at Riverfest.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Get our main set up here. Man, the sweat is just pouring down at this point. Now we're gonna have to work this out.
What do you need from us? Anything?
All right, so it looks like we have power there. Yep. Good, good, good. Get everything turned on here ahead of time.
The weather's gonna hold out.
Yeah, it sure does. That's a good thing. go. Number 3. And we'll hit our back line off of that. No, that's not what I want. There she is. All right, so there'll be power. This stringer here, okay. Once it's active, everything will be blue, so you can plug in whatever you need to it there. And then I'll have one here going across the front too. Trying to keep the stuff out of the dirt. So that one has power. Good on the stage there. Let's get power over to these guys. All right, we're lit up.
Would you prefer that we use our own vocal mics, or would you prefer to use yours?
I just have wireless ones I throw out just to save on cable runs, so if you're okay with that.
That's fine.
All right, awesome. They're SEV7 capsules. So
So you're, like I said, then the only thing that we probably don't have the mic clip sticking out the hole. You know what I mean? So if you got stands.
I got stands. Yep, we're all set.
Yep. We need obviously only 3.
Awesome.
All of us sing.
All right, and the band is here setting up, and we're just doing a quick sound check, checking levels, and
thanks to you,
oh man, I just love how girthy these IGs are. Just a pleasure to mix on. All right, as it looks like we don't have our 50 amp circuit yet, which should be coming for future shows. We did have to run individual lines here. We'll tidy that up shortly, but we've got a 20 amp going into our box here, coming out powering both IGs and both subs. Then we have another one running across to the other side there, same thing. For the mains, we've actually just got a little dual channel snake here running out to this side. And then what we've done is just run Cat 5. So for stage left here, we have another DL32, and we're doing most of our patching in here. And we're also coming out sub and main out on this direction. And we have our 906 on the guitar. 5-piece drum kit. The drummer has his own kick mic in there, so we're just coming out of the top XLR that he has drilled in, and then we're using our 604s for the toms. We've got the bottom snare mic, the 604. We've got the top mic with an M80 Telefunken, and then we have the hat with the Shure and the SE8 as a single overhead. Bass guitar, just coming DI right out of the amp head. 2 are running ears, wired ears, the drummer and the bass player. And then we have 1 monitor out for the guitar player. And then we have 3 of our SLXD wireless out. And that's it. Pretty dang straightforward. So we'll get a spot out front and plenty of SPL all day out there for this place. It's sounding fantastic, if I do say so myself.
Bomb on me, baby. You dropped the bomb on me.
right, and that'll do it for this gig log. So I tried to get a little bit of the teardown there, maybe a fast lapse time, but I'm pretty sure that the sun going down, we'll check the footage and see what we can salvage out of that. But believe it or not, we are just under an hour and 15 minutes since the band stopped. So to tear down those IGs, like once you get in a rhythm and you know where everything's going, it's actually not that bad. And luckily those IGs, like, they don't weigh so much, like I can handle them pretty easily, even fully extended or almost fully extended, like I have to get them up there. So the sound tonight was awesome. Got a lot of compliments, which is cool. Again, you know, the Meyers can do the job here, but I wanted to, number one, just, it's been a while since I've done a ground stack of the IG, so I wanted to give them a shot. I have another big concert coming up in 2 days that I'm going to be ground stacking those on a higher stage, so they're going to be up higher than what these were. But I just wanted to get in the practice of doing it again, make sure there wasn't anything missing, and you know, make sure everything was good to go before I took it to that concert. And man, they did not disappoint. And I mean, there was full coverage, like all the way, a lawn area, all the way up to the parking lot as usual. So even ground stack, these things are awesome. So it's another alternative that I can do when, you know, there's a lower budget. We do speakers on sticks. When there's a medium budget, depending on the size of the crowd, you know, we have an option here where we can ground stack. And then of course for the bigger festivals, we definitely fly them to get up above the crowd and get our maximum out of what those speakers can provide. So yeah, it was an awesome experiment, and I think I'm going to be a lot faster at setting them up now that I recognize some of the mistakes I was making early. I hopefully left them in the video for you guys to watch. And with that, we'll call it a video. So thanks again for watching. Thank you for subscribing, of course. You know, really appreciate if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out our channel, and we can do more content. So thanks again, and on to the next one. Bye.